Okay, I am back because I am waiting for my ride for my birthday adventures. So I'm waiting patiently, and I figure that I would come back on. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome. So I'm just getting everything set up and trying to get everything situated on the screen so that it makes it easy for me to navigate this all. Sarah, if you get a chance, I don't know if you were on earlier when I did a video a little bit earlier today. I did a show, so I invite you to check it out when you get a chance. So anyway, as we wait to see who else arrives in the chat room, I'm going to go ahead and get a few things. So yeah, give it a look. I think you might enjoy it. I think you might enjoy it. So I got my Earth Magic deck. I have about a half an hour worth of time to be able to spend before I know that I have to get going. So anyway, it's one of those muggy days outside. The clouds are thick and dense and thick and low and humid. But it is beautiful to be here. You know, one more chance to be with those we love, to connect with those who edify us, to raise our vibration, to help others raise their vibrations, and, you know, the lessons that we learn so that we're able to blossom, transform, metamorphose, whatever it is that our soul's purpose and mission is. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the chimes to open this space. No incense this time, only because it's so warm. So thank you for being with me again today. And I was doing a lot of thinking after our last get together, and I did a reading on polar unity. And you know, the apparent opposing forces that are part of life here on this planet, life as we know it, this sort of incubation period that we find ourselves in. Some people liken it unto that we are a seed, that our soul, that our spark, that we're a seed inside of a tomb, this body, that we're a seed inside of this tomb, which is our body, which is representative of the earth that we are in. You know, much like when a seed is planted into the ground and all of the forces of nature and everything comes together, including what's already within the seed, for the seed to sprout. Welcome, 7P. And I just wanted to share and to remind everyone that you are perfect, you are beautiful, you are right on time, just as you are. That you need no one to fix you. You need no one to change you. There is absolutely nothing that you lack. And, depending on whatever tradition that you come out of, whether it's Buddhist or Christian or Jewish or Islamic or Jain or any of the numerous little boxes that we label ourselves in, you are absolutely perfect and beautiful exactly as you are. And that everything that you have experienced on your path up until this moment is exactly as it should be in order for you to gain the insight, to gain the knowledge, to gain the wisdom for your life, for the unfolding of this so-called life. Nothing is a mistake. Because if it wasn't for where you've been, you wouldn't be where you are right now. And there would have been myriad of choices that you could have made, and all of them would have been okay. They would have been fine. The most important thing is whatever journey your life has taken you on, that you have taken the time to sit down, to go within into that inner sanctum and reflect on all of your life's lessons, the ones that felt good and yummy, and the ones that felt prickly and not so yummy. They're all important. Going through difficult times, going through periods where, we've had a dark night of the soul, going through periods where, we may have not trusted ourselves or trusted others or have experienced pain. I personally believe that it's all part of helping us to truly understand what it means to love, what it means to have compassion, not only for yourself, but for others. And it's only through going through, difficulties as well as good times, so we have those polar opposites to look at. It's only through dealing with the hot and the cold that we come to understand not only both, but that middle passage, that warmth, that empathy, that compassion. Those are not things that you can read in a book. I just wanted to share that with you because sometimes there are situations in our life or people that we meet that may, confound us, that we may look to, that may tell us that we're not enough, and that in order for us to be enough, we need to do what they want us to do in order for us to be enough. In the earlier show that I had, I don't have the card out, I pulled from the Goddess Oracle deck. And as you know, I always shuffle the deck. There, she's right on top. I always shuffle the deck. I, what do you call it? Split it in half. And then I pick the card. And the card that came out earlier was Hestia, Hearth and Home. Hestia is a very, very ancient goddess, attribute of the goddess, of the divine feminine, of yourself. And she arrived today to remind us to turn within and to nurture that inner flame. I am a true, I wouldn't even say believer. I know with every fiber of my being that we are born with everything within us that we need in order to navigate this life. Yes, we are like, the raw gems put into the tumbler and we polish off of each other. But we do need each other. We are social beings, but each of us individually and collectively, we have everything within us. Hestia invites us to nurture ourselves, to nurture that inner being, that flame. It's nice to connect with other people. It's nice to learn from other people, but there is not one person who knows more than what you innately have inside of you. No one knows your body. No one knows you better than you. And it's true. In those times where you might feel vulnerable, or you might feel weak, or you might feel less than, that's temporary. When you learn how to turn within and check within yourself and get to know yourself and sit in silence and in stillness with yourself, taking yourself on a date, going on a nature walk, those moments that you spend with yourself and getting to know yourself, those are the moments where you're fanning the flame, your inner flame. And what happens when you feed flame, when you feed fire, give it oxygen, give it fodder, it grows stronger and it grows brighter. There is no one that you have to go to check in with yourself other than yourself. I wanted to share another reading with you from Art Songs by Alex Gray, one of my favorite energetic artists. It's funny, I wanted to share something. I wanted to share something in this page I just turned to. I'll read that next, but I invite you, hold on one second, let me just, let's see. Let me respond to this. Okay, so I want to share with you, it's called a soul marriage. It's connecting you with your twin flame, which is you. That flame, that spark, yourself as well as your spark of divinity. A soul marriage. Okay, I'm going to show you this picture. That's you looking at you. Develop a good relationship with yourself. Now, you know, we are here for each other, you know, whether it's on a psychological need that, you know, we seek support with professionals that are trained in certain things that can help us, that's a good thing. So never neglect that, because there are some times when our physical body is hormonally and chemically off balance, and we do need help to help get us on track. And that is important, and there is never any shame in seeking that help, okay? And also the part that you can do for yourself. I'll give you an example. So I had this client years ago, and this person was, you know, very stressed and very frantic and worked really hard. Didn't necessarily need to, and it was causing a lot of havoc and physical pain and stress in this person's life. But this person was really unable to allow themselves to just, you know, take a chill pill and relax sometimes. And this person would come to me every week and wanting body work and wanting me to fix the person, which anything that I would do for the person would be a temporary band-aid. And so I explained to this person when the last time this person came to me, and even more haggard than before. And so I just gently said, did you do any of the suggestions that I offered to you? You know, they were like taking it a little bit slower, maybe taking some magnesium to help calm the mind, calm the muscles, calm the body, stretching every day, hydrating a little bit more. The response I got was, no, I'm too busy. So, you know, I could be one of those therapists like, okay, well, keep coming back every week. Pay me that $75, $85, keep coming back. But I really, you know, I want to be a witness to this person's personal healing and journey. And I do understand that each and every one of us must do our own work. And so I said to the person very gently, I said, you know, you can come to me for as much body work as you want, but if you do not do your own personal work, you're just going to get worse. It's me working on you is not the same as you doing your own work. Well, needless to say, I lost a client. The person didn't come back. But you know what? That's fine, because I had to make sure I stood in integrity. You know, if this person chose to still come back to me, I would have still worked on them and worked with them. But I had to be honest. So, and I just wanted to share that with you, that you are indeed perfect exactly as you are. And no one needs to fix you or change you or open you or do anything. I only invite you, as I invite myself, to just take the time to get to know yourself. Take the time to do your own personal work. It's not easy. Uh, I wish that was the case. No, they actually went and complained to the person that whose studio I was working out of, because actually once the session was done, the person said to me, don't be offended if I don't come back anymore. And they went and made a complaint. And hey, that's okay. I had to be honest, you know, I had to be honest, and you have to work in integrity. And I would have been more than happy to continue to see the person, but as long as they understood that. But anyway, that's okay. You know, everybody's on their own journey. So anyway, I don't remember the last thing that I was saying, but there's this beautiful soul marriage contract. And this is for you, for your twin soul, for you. Michelle says, thank you, Tamu. So important. It's easy to get caught up in following others and not doing our own work. Yes, you are hearing me exactly, Michelle. Exactly. So this is the soul marriage, a commitment to your own and the world's transformation. Because remember, as Michael Jackson would say, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh, I'm asking him to change his ways. Okay, I can't sing. I should delete. I'm going to edit that part out when I'm done. Anyway, so this is the soul marriage for you and your twin flame, which is you. So I invite you to check this out. And if you feel so inclined, to stand in front of the mirror and recite it to yourself, write it down. And here it goes. For the benefit of myself and all beings, I, and then there's a space for my ego and personality. You can put your name. I, and I'll use myself, I, Tamu and Ngina, do solemnly swear to love, honor, and obey my soul, my path to realization and relationship with a higher, deeper, creative power, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, from now and forevermore. I invite each and every one of you, if you feel so inclined, to engage with yourself and your twin soul, your twin flame, which is you, to look yourself in the mirror, to make this marriage with yourself, to nourish your inner flame, your hearth, your home. This is why I named my ministry Sanctuary Center Within, because I wanted to encourage people that they have everything within themselves to be whole, to have shalom, shalem, which is two Hebrew words. Shalom means peace, but not just regular, just peace. It's related to the word shalem, which means wholeness and completeness and unity. So it's a whole peace. It's a complete and perfect peace. It's that peace that you only get when you learn how to go within and really trust yourself. And I'll read this to you one more time. You can always go back and rewatch the video and write it down. Soul marriage, a commitment to your own and the world's transformation. For the benefit of myself and all beings, I, put your name in there, my ego and personality, I, Tamu and Ngina, or your name, do solemnly swear to love, honor, and obey my soul, my path to realization and relationship with a higher, deeper, and creative power. That's your superconscious. Remember I talked about the Holy Trinity, your conscious mind, which you work to discipline, and your subconscious mind, from which you manifest and create your life, create your life from. And then your superconscious. So your conscious mind, you discipline to make sure that you're not allowing yourself to be engaged in fear porn, that you're not allowing yourself to be constantly bombarded with negativity and, destruction and annihilation, and how you're hopeless and you're helpless and there's nothing you can do, or that you need this person to make you right, or you need that person. Sorry, I go off on a tangent. For the benefit of myself and all beings, I, Tamu and Ngina, my ego and personality, do solemnly swear to love, honor, and obey my soul, my path to realization and relationship with a higher, deeper, creative power, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, from now and forevermore. I invite you to contemplate and meditate on those words, and to know that you are beautiful just as you are, and to know that whatever dark night of the soul that you have gone through, you have come to the other side. And once you're able to acknowledge and accept that it's in the past, and that right now is where you begin. You are not defined by whatever happened to you. You are not defined by whatever has transpired in your past. You are not defined by whatever you did yesterday, but only by what you decide right now. Because there is no past, there is no future, there is only now. So what do you choose right now? And choosing to have assistance and help in whatever you do is perfectly fine, as long as you do not abdicate your personal responsibility, as long as you do not put whoever is offering the help on a on a pedestal higher than you, because all of us human beings, we are in this together. We all fall, we all stumble. The only thing that you're required to do is to learn to be in this moment, to not allow past hurts and grievances to affect you in this moment. And the way, and also, I would also encourage you to not suppress your feelings, to not be afraid to face your feelings, not be afraid to face your dark side, not be afraid to, one thing I encourage people to do is write morning pages. When you wake up, just like write whatever, whether it's icky, yucky, gross, good, bad, yummy, whatever, just write it down. But don't go back and look at it. Just write it down. Write it down. Just purge, a catharsis. Just write it all down, close it. And then at nighttime, have a separate journal where it says give thanks. I always use the hashtag give thanks. Write down all the things that you are grateful for that day. If you suffer with constipation, write down, I'm grateful I was able to go to the toilet. Thank you, Doc. If you had a glass of water, write down, I was thankful that I had water today. All the things. You were thankful that a stranger on the street smiled at you. And when you are able to see all the different, even the minutia things, I was thankful that I didn't have any joint pain today as my elbow just cracked. When you're in gratitude, it's a good thing. So let me check this out. One last thing I wanted to share with you. So this is spiritual guidance system. Yes, as 7P just said, this chair is giving me rest. Thankful for that chair. Thankful for the tree that grew and sacrificed its life for the chair. Let's see, Tan Hawk offers, this is so stimulating. This is so fundamental. We love and honor our soul. It really does give me an amazing perspective to protect my soul at all costs, like a bride. Yes. Thankful for yourself, as Doc Illusion just said. So important. So this says, this is spiritual guidance system. And it says, dear God. Now you can use whatever you want. Dear higher self, dear source of life. Please remember, don't get hooked. The finger is pointing to the moon. And you're so busy, oh, look at that finger. It has arthritis or it's looking dry. No, look at the moon. So, choose whatever word you want, okay? Here it says God. It could be higher self. It could be source. It could be, the divine, the divinity. Dear God, thank you for all the senses given through my body and mind. My sense of smell, touch, taste, hearing, vision. Through these channels, I know the world. I orient myself in space. I am warned of danger. I am drawn to nourishment. I delight in your world. By the gifts of the saints, I know there are senses of the soul. Clairvoyance sense a world unknown. Mystics see your face, God. Allow my spiritual guidance system to open and wisely use the senses of the soul to better serve the world, so that obedience to your plan may be more certain. When you see that I am ready, may I receive these gifts of the Spirit, senses to perceive the visionary worlds of your divine imagination. And that plan is one of our constant co-creation of self-expression. So that is from the Art Psalms by Alex Gray. Let me, here's the deck. It's right on top of it. So I wanted to go ahead and bring up our Earth Magic deck because I feel like these beautiful cards have been neglected. And let me just say the Earth Magic deck is here to remind us, as I have many times in the past, and I got out today and I went for my walk. It was muggy out there, but I did it. Please, whatever you do, make sure that every day, at least for 20 minutes, that you get outside and enjoy being in nature, because nothing builds up your courage, your self-esteem, your feeling of oneness than being out in nature, having your bare feet on the grass. And even if you can't bury your feet, putting your palms on the grass, leaning up against a tree, hugging a tree. I'm just saying. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. Sorry. I love that sound. Of course, I had to ruin it with a snort. I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. Karma, DNA. We inherit, you know, everything from our ancestors, the light and the dark. And that's a good thing. Because in those polarities, there's unity. In those polarities, there's everything that we need to grow, to develop, you know, to transform, to have that metamorphosis. And as you see, there's two, which represents the polarity. Our karma is ours. We create it. Karma is not bad. Karma is not good. It just is. And when you focus on Hestia, as I mentioned earlier, when you focus on that spark of the divine that is within you, when you focus on connecting with your twin flame, you're building a rich and vibrant heritage. You are unlocking those pieces within you. It's like the 1,000 petals of the lotus. As each one opens, you have more and more and more and more and more until you burst into true life, until you have that resurrection of the soul. So that's what I felt led to share with you just now as I am awaiting my chariot, my little boy, to come and take me out for my birthday. I guess it's dinner now. I always enjoy going to the buffet at Wegmans and indulging in a little sushi. So I'm just gonna check the chat room. All right. So just remember, and if you came in late, I invite you to check the beginning of the video of the show, of our show, to see what the whole theme was. You guys are awesome. I hope you are enjoying your Sunday, or maybe it's Monday for some of you now, but enjoy every moment, and every moment give thanks. because every bit of it is needed. All of the polar opposites, it's all needed for us to grow and to develop and to learn our lessons. And remember, as you fan the flame of your soul, the oxygen, the fodder you feed it, it grows brighter and brighter, burning out all fear. There is nothing in this world to fear. There is nothing. Just remember, there is nothing. Because what is in you is greater than any of the polar opposites that are in the world. So peace, great bliss, and thank you for being here.